Hi and welcome to this video tutorial about CATMotion. I will show you today how to set up CATMotion in general and how to create a complete walk sequence. So first of all, let's create a cat rig. I will use the base human rig. Switch to the motion panel, add a CATMotion layer, switch to animation mode. You can see here the character is already walking with a default walk cycle that can be edited in the CATMotion window. Here we have a list of available presets that can be loaded onto any other cat rig and into the current layers list, where we can plan different walk cycles together. In the global settings, we have several channel values to adjust the walk cycle. The direction is especially useful for creating side walk animation backward, to export game character animation, for example. The preserve character shape option is useful for multiple lag characters. I will get on with that later. Retargeting is CAT's unique arcade system that allows you to control the purpose lifting by knee angle. So let's check this out. When using retargeting in CATMotion, we have to make sure that in the hierarchy panel link info, world set axis is activated as the retargeting vector for both legs. Purpose lifting is controlled by two curves in the leg sections, knee angle and leg weight. So we can turn off purpose lifting for now. I will also increase the maximum step time to give you a better view of the animation. The knee angle curve defines the knee angles at the specific time positions. So you can see here that knee angle values are possible to create that are unable to achieve in a normal arcade solution. So I think this is a pretty good value here. And we should increase this a little bit and smooth this out. So this is pretty good now. And the motion of the legs is not very smooth yet. We have to adjust the leg weighting. Leg weighting is responsible for the amount the legs are trying to pull up and down the pelvis. So we have to smooth this out and create something like that. So the movement of the legs is pretty smooth now, but the lifting of the pelvis is hobbling and doesn't look very natural yet. So we can fix that by adjusting the world set offset position value of the pelvis. When we increase this value, you can see the legs are trying to pull down the pelvis as leg weighting gets activated. When you pull it down, we can smooth out walk cycle, and a slight negative value is good. So we have a very smooth and very correct knee angles here. In front view, we need some things to improve. So, for example, the foot platform offset position should be adjusted. Add a little swerve. Something like that. That's fine. So, we should improve the overall motion of the character by adjusting pelvis, ribcage, and head, twisting, rolling, pitching, and weight shifting, and so on. But let's say this is good enough for now, and I will show you another technique to create very custom walk cycles. Although you can already create custom walk cycles in CATMotion, like run, sneak, and so on. But with the Cat Layer Manager, you can even go further and make a character walk with his hands placed in his jacket, for example. So we can add a relative layer on top of CATMotion, so we can animate on top and create an arcade target for each arm. switch into IK and add a link constraint to the IK target, and adding the purpose as the link target. Do the same thing for the other arm. Add the purpose. Oops. Where's the link constraint gone? There it is. So, okay, let's see. Now, the arms are following the motion of the pose correctly. We can adjust the arm rotation a little bit to get a more natural pose. And we now have a very smooth and natural walk cycle already. Of course, there can still be a lot be improved, like the head motion and pose a little bit too, a little offsetting and so on. Still missing, but let's say this is good for now. And let's play around with the layer manager a bit. We can add an absolute layer to override CATMotion partly. For that one, you first switch back to set mode and add absolute layer. So we can just grab this pose, switch back to animation mode, and now all the animations are overwritten. You can turn this off and on again, you can see. And now we can turn off the local weighting for specific elements of the rig. So you can select the purpose and decrease the local weighting, and now we can see the CATMotion comes through. So the CATMotion is now active for the purpose because the absolute layer is locally deactivated. We can do this with the legs too. And we should do so with work gauge and head too. So now the only parts that are controlled by our absolute layer are the arms. You can see this by switching to the recurring mode, where we can see which layers are affecting which part of the character. CATMotion is colored blue and the absolute layer green, and so does the coloring of the rig. So we can animate our arms here. I'll just give a pose. Something like that. And mirroring the pose to the other side. Okay. And now we have a set of different walk cycles in our layer manager. We have full flexibility with blending between those and adjusting things without affecting the other layers. So let me show you now how to create a complete walk sequence with mutable light characters. I will use the Panther preset for this. So in CATMotion we can choose a path node. So let's create a point hopper and pick this point hopper as the path node. And you can see the orientation of the point hopper is not matching the orientation of the rig, so we have to fix that. Okay, as long as the point hopper is not animated, the character is walking on one spot. We can now start animating the point hopper, and the footprints will be generated automatically. We have full control over each generated footstep, and we can even animate the footprints. A lot of users want to have a spline as the path, so we can do that. Just create a spline here, something like that. Okay, and add a path constraint to the position controller of the point helper. Pick the spline as the path, and first of all we should increase the time range. And we should also match the CATMotion time range, so the footprints are being generated at the end too. You can see. And it is useful to activate the option follow in the path constraint parameters of our point helper. So the point helper follows the spline. The rotation of the point helper follows the spline correctly. Okay, we should reset the footprints because we changed the point helper too much. So in the top view, we can see the body motion of the panther is not looking, is very straight, especially here at the small radius of the curve. In the CATMotion window, we have the option preserve character shape, and when we turn it off, you can see the body of the panther is bending to match the curve of the path, which looks much more natural. So let's say we want to have the panther walking across the surface. So let's create a quick surface here with load segments. And a noise modifier. With a very noisy set value. And now we can pick this surface in CATMotion to align all the footprints to the ground. So now the panther is walking nicely across the surface. We can start animating on top of CATMotion now if you like. So we can add a relative layer and animate the panther looking around, for example. And let's say we want to blend into another walk cycle during our sequence. We can save our walk cycle first and reload it into a new layer. And now we can change this walk cycle. So, for example, let's say we want to have another pose. And let's say we want to have the panther walking with 4 legs first, and then standing up and walking with 2 legs. For example, a gorilla is often walking with 2 and running with 4 legs. So let's get this example here. So change the pose and deactivate IK for the front legs. There should be an FK, and we can add arm motion to those arms in CATMotion. But let's say this is good enough for now, and we just change the head rotation a little bit. So okay. And now we can blend into that new layer. You can see now Panda is walking with onto two legs. And let's say we want to start the blending here at frame 60. So set a key here. And for 90 he's standing completely. So 100% for our second walk cycle. And yeah, he's standing up now. But the arms are hanging around there because they are still in FK. So we need to animate the front legs IK FK. So first they are in IK and then set a key and blend into FK. Do the same thing for the other arm. Okay, so now the character is walking with 4 legs first, and then standing up and walking with 2 legs. We can add, for example, we can add time positions in our walk sequence where the character stops his walk, doing something and walking on again by adding an absolute layer, blending into that layer, blending back to CATMotion, and so on. So with the combination of different layer types in the layer manager, we can have very much flexibility, and you can improve your animation workflow significantly. Let's say this is enough for now. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and hopefully I will be able to create another video with more CATMotion features. And so long, have fun with Cat.